Hello. I'm now going to read from Luke chapter 17 about the end of the age or the coming of the kingdom as it's labeled here. That will be from verse 20 down to verse 37. Now, when he was asked by the Pharisees when the kingdom of God would come, he answered them and said, "The kingdom of God does not come with observation, nor will they say, 'See here,' or 'See there,' for indeed the kingdom of God is within you." Then he said to the disciples, "The days will come when you will desire to see one of those days of the Son of Man, and you will not see it. And they will say to you, 'Look here,' or 'Look there.' Do not go after them or follow them. For as the lightning that flashes out of the one part of the heaven shines to the other part of the under heaven, so also the Son of Man will be in his day. But first he must suffer many things and be rejected by this generation. And as it was in the days of Noah, so it will also be in the days of the Son of Man. They ate, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. Likewise, it was also in the days of Lot. They ate, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built. But on the day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even so will it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day, he who is on the housetop and his goods are in the house, let him not come down to take them away. And likewise, the one who is in the field, let him not turn back. Remember Lot's wife. Whoever seeks to save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life will preserve it. I tell you that night there will be in that night there will be two men in one bed. The one will be taken and the other will be left. Two women will be grinding together. The one will be taken and the other left. Two men will be in the field. One will be taken and the other left. And they answered and said to him, "Where, Lord?" So he said to them, "Wherever the body is, there the eagles will be gathered together." Okay, so as I see it, here it starts off with the Pharisees asking about when the kingdom of God will come. But in verse 22 here, he turns to the disciples. And I think basically what he says is that when they say look here or look there, that means deception, I think. So what it basically says here is that in verse 22, it says that you're going to wish that you actually were back in the days when I was here. Basically, I think that is what it says. And then he also mentioned that you will not see it. So that means that you will kind of miss those days and you will not be able to get them back. And for this reason, they will start to look for, Jesus Christ, and there will come deceivers, and they will say that Jesus Christ is here or there. This is what he wants you to do, or this is what he does not want you to do, and so on. And instruction here is to not follow them or not go after them. And the indication here is that it will be very clear beyond any kind of doubt when he comes back. So it's not pointing, listening to look here, look there, you're gonna notice. Okay? Then after a while in Luke he focuses a bit about the time just before Christ is going to be rejected. I think it's referring to when he's going to hang on a cross here. But then he also relates back to Noah and notices the times they were in there, here, verse 27. But he also mentions the days of Lot. I guess that brings the question how the days of Lot were, so I will return to that. But basically they're both these eras that are mentioned. They conclude with that everyone will be destroyed. Okay, so if you're not in the ark, if you're not taken away like Lot, so you're not in the world, so to speak, you will be destroyed. So then he mentions here a part that is about the last days, and also notices that don't forget what happened to Lot's wife, the one who looked back and did not flee, And that, I think, is relating to desiring the things of this world and going back when you know it's time for the end, And here as well, he mentioned this, that believers will be divided into, two men in one bed, and one will be taken, the other left. And this, I think, refers to brothers, two men in one bed. Two women will be grinding together, and two men will be left in a field. That has been mentioned before as well. One will be taken and the other left. So believers are going to be divided into groups. The ones who are saved and the ones who are not. And the last verse is mentioning something here that I heard a lot of different explanations from, but I'm not really exactly sure of which one I should speak for now, so I will return to that separately. But shortly, you could say that it can have dual meanings, so I will not go into that for now. So yeah, so this is basically Luke's description of what Jesus said about the last days. Thank you for listening.